diagram. Now, okay, so this seemed like a definite drawback at the time, for sure. But I will say that it did kind of pay off later when I had to be the one to explain to all my friends that got to talk what was really going on, and that birds and bees were not involved at any point. So it did turn out to be a little bit of a benefit. Hi, Lily. Okay, but there were some drawbacks. Like, for example, to this day, I still have no idea how to do makeup or how to use a bobby pin or how to paint my nails at all. I'm still waiting for that diagram. My girlfriends can attest to the time I tried to use blush to cover up my first pimple instead of concealer. Doesn't work out the way you expect. But for the most part, having a unique mom was wonderful, and I think that my mom made our childhood a lot more fun than most. I think that the only time I was probably a little self-conscious about having such a unique mom was during this awkward preteen years when everybody just desperately wants to fit in and everybody thinks their parents are kind of weird. Unfortunately, it was this awkward period that my mom chose to tell me that she was gay. And it's weird enough when you're a kid and your parents start dating, but this was kind of a new spin on it. And I didn't have a problem with her being gay. Like I said, I just so desperately wanted to fit in. And I was already working against the fact that I was coming from a house with, cats and dogs and frogs and fish and turtles and chameleons and newts and lizards and all sorts of craziness in the house. So I just kind of felt like I was already maxing out my capacity for social deviation. And it didn't really help that I wasn't too crazy about some of the women that she dated at first. For example, the lady that bought me a book on etiquette as a present one year, which, by the way, was missing the chapter on the bad etiquette of giving a book on etiquette as a present. So it was a bit of an adjustment at first. But I can honestly say that my attitude changed very, very quickly after meeting Kathy. And anybody that knows Kathy knows that she has this extraordinary way about her of making other people feel comfortable. And that's exactly what she did for me. I can't think of any other way to say it other than Kathy felt like family from day one. And all of a sudden, it just made sense to me. I thought, oh, this isn't weird. They're just really in love. And for the first time, I saw my mom being given the type of love that she always gave to me and my brothers growing up. And I was just so happy that God sent this woman into our lives to give my mother the love and support that she needed and that she deserved. Now, God has put my mom through a lot, but through it all, she's always stayed the strongest and most loving person that I know. And Kathy, I don't know how the hell we didn't scare you off. I'm scared. But you stayed. And I truly believe that you're my mom's blessing. So thank you, not just for making my mom the happiest she's ever been, but also for being an irreplaceable part of this family. And thank you both for giving me the best example that I could ever wish for of a beautiful, loving relationship. I know that you'll both continue to teach me through your love for each other for the rest of your years. I love you both more than words can say. Let's toast to my mom.